Hello there. In this video, I wanna talk about the situation of my country, the beloved great Iran. Okay, let's start with financial situation. Uh, let's change the background. Okay, from financial view, we people of this country are fucked up. I really mean that. We're fucked up. I was saying, we're fucked up. Most people here, they can't even afford to buy normal food to feed themselves and their family. But how it came to this? Well, for a lot of reasons, but the inflation, if I spelled that right, and an economy of this country is basically collapsing and getting more fucked up every day. You know, it's like it is became it has become normal for us people to uh I got a cake from a supermarket for 10,000 tomon. We call it tomon here. It's actually real, but it's also tomon. You know, real has one more O zero than tomon. Anyway, it's not the point. I was saying, you get a cake for 10,000, and next week or 10 days later, you get that for 12,000 or maybe even 15. It is just 1 week or 10 days. And it is happening like repeatedly. Maybe you think it is just a little amount, right? But it is not just a cake. It's everything we use. The food, the basic services we use, everything. The price of everything is increasing every day. And it's honestly has become normal for us. And people are getting more and more poor, and poverty is increasing among people every day. And with poverty and being poor comes a lot of things like crime, less education, opportunity for children, a lot of stuff, a lot. And this is really bad. This is very awful. And this situation is much more worse for people who wants to start a life for themselves, like get married, get a house, start a life. I'll do an example so you can get a better understanding of the situation for these people. Imagine like you get a $100 for a month and a house, basic thing to have for starting a new life is a home. A house in this country, if we consider the work payment $100, an average to low quality house is around the 2 billion, if I say that right. Yes, 2 billion. 2 billion toman, an average salary that we get is, people I see and meet are getting around 20 at maximum or average 20 to 30, so getting a home is like for you to work like 10 years with no spend and just only saving. And if we don't consider the inflation, you can get the home maybe even more than 10 years, maybe 20 or 30, I don't know. But it is absolutely impossible for a person with average salary to get a home, even working for like 10 years or 15 years. They can't. And people here know this. They accepted this. They know. Even renting, rent is like an average home is maybe, I don't know exactly, but at least 15 million, already 50% of your salary is only getting to home, and the rest will just disappear. You know what I mean? Disappear. Because everything is expensive. The money just poof. It is so worthless. Our money. It is so much worse. And the next topic I want to talk about, the work situation. You know, the economy is fucked up, right? I already said that. So there's less work, right? You know, factories and I don't know, need for workers also decrease with the economy getting fucked up, right? So the need for workers decrease and the people that don't have work increase. So we have a lot of people that don't have a work and look for a work and very a small need of worker. So the tension between these and as a worker you are worthless and they basically can replace you whenever they want. So as a worker you are a worthless thing in this country. Let me do a quick translate. I don't know the exact word. The employer and employee knows this thing. And basically, if I wanna say it very black and white, bad employer, they fuck the employee over this thing. But we also have good employer, like everywhere. But they don't treat them like this, of course, because they're good people. But honestly, most of employer are motherfucker. Are motherfucker. I've worked for several people and most of them were bad. And like the bad employer example, they don't respect you, they don't pay you well, you're worthless. With full meaning here. Good. Next topic. So let's talk about people. Let's talk about people of this country. We have a few groups. We have a lot of groups, but I want to explain a few of them that I saw and I interacted with. We have a group that I named them Gang Lover. They wanna be a gang, like I don't know, they mm, got a sport car, not a sport specifically, but they get drunk every like 3 days at once. They go to street performing all drift and shit movements. Maybe bully someone, some kids. They're a gang lover, right? These people, they don't usually talk about the problems that we're facing. Maybe they don't give a shit, but maybe they give a shit, but it seems like they don't give a shit. Their life is like, I don't know, get a car, get drunk, smoke weed. Maybe they gotta work. Some of them. There are a lot of criminals among them, thieves, and I don't know, a lot of this. This this group that I'm not very into it, but I interacted with them. I was among them. Not the very bottom into it, but I was among them. And I know them. But I don't go over them so deep. But these people, they don't give a shit about the country. They just want to get drunk, drift for some shit, and get their reputation. Okay, to the next topic. No, not next topic, but next group. The next group is very interesting. People that are hopeless. They are knowledgeable people. They tried to change their country, but they got disappointed with their people, with their country situation, and they gave up and they decided to leave or set their goals to leave this country. And most of them are successful in leaving because they're big guys. I'm not just talking about some ordinary people that are hopeless over their people or country, but people that actually can do something. Maybe. Like the owner of a company or something like that, but they're disappointed. And basically, they say, these people, they deserve this. If things should change, they should change it, but they don't want that. The people, they don't want that. This is their ideology. And also, we have rich people. Their dad is, I don't know, some sort of rich dude. They got a family business. You know, they're rich. They don't give a shit about people, economy, and poverty. They don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. And Iran has is a great place for rich people because they can do anything in this country. Anything that you can think of. It has a great nature. It has beautiful people. If you get what I mean, maybe I said that a little dirty, but it is the reality. If I had money, if I had enough money, I'd fill my round with beautiful bitches. Why not? I wanna have some fun, right? Who doesn't want that? Maybe some, but right now, I need that shit. But anyway, these motherfuckers, rich people, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. And I don't give a shit about them too. So let's get to the next group. The next group is faggots. Faggots and maybe new people. You know, we have people that are actually poor, but they have the vibe of, I don't know, some weird shits that are that have contradiction with their lifestyle. You know, like imagine you live in a pretty fucked up village among old man and woman, and you have the idea of transgenders and LGBTQ or contradiction stuff, you know? I don't know much about the girls of this group, but the boys, They're facts. And I don't know, maybe they're the only people that can have fun with their life, considering being a poor. This description that I gave was about faggots, not new